Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna be doing my end of the season rankings, not just after 1 week. You know what I mean? Like end of the season, like full rankings. You know what I mean? Like what I actually think the teams are right now. So for number one, I have Oklahoma. This is a very valid team if you watched their games, and I mean they just beat Michigan, who's in the top 25 still. At the time, I think what was Michigan like around 15, I think. And now they're 23, but they beat them pretty bad. And to be honest, I think they go on to win the SEC championship, or either get in it, lose maybe. But this is the end of the regular season. But I mean, I could also count SEC championships, but I don't know. I think they get in it though. Of course they would if they go undefeated. Number one, they would of course get into the SEC championship, but I'm not doing it off of postseason games. Just the first 12 games. So for number two, I have Oregon. A lot of people would say, what? Oregon and Oklahoma in your top two? Like, that's surprising, but it's not really if you know ball. A lot of people have Oklahoma at like a top 5 seed in the playoffs, winning the SEC championship. Oregon, too, Big Ten championship. I think they get into that, too, just like Oklahoma. They go about 11-1 to undefeated. Maybe their only loss coming to maybe Penn State or something, don't they? Yeah, Penn State. So, and I think they get into the Big Ten championship. So for number three, I got Miami. They look super good. Super good. I mean, really good. They do have some tough opponents coming up, like teams like Florida State and so on, which Florida State is number 10 right now in the AP poll. So watch out for them. I mean, Ohio State's not bad. I can't really say they're bad, but they beat a Texas team at home 14-7 that doesn't have an offense. I mean, their defense is incredible, but people also say that because they held Texas to 7. But Arch Manning went 19 for 30 to San Jose, right, and 1 pick. I mean, he's not anything special, and Texas couldn't get anything going. He went 19 for 30 against San Jose and 17 for 30 against Ohio State. About the same completion percentage versus a San Jose State and Ohio State. So I'm not going to put them at 1 or say they're anything crazy, you know. So for number 5, I have Tennessee. A lot of people are actually pretty high on this team, but I'm probably a little bit higher than some people. But they look really, really good. If they beat Georgia, they're gonna be in the top 10 at least. At least in the top 10. Georgia, what are they at? Like I can't remember. Maybe 4, 5, somewhere around there. If they lose to Tennessee, number 15, they'll be at Tennessee. If it's a close game, I feel like they might drop only like maybe number 10. Tennessee moves up to around number 8, something like that. The crazy part is I had the audio and everything recorded, and I had LSU here at number 6. But then I thought, like, 23-7, really? I mean, if it was just maybe even double that, 46-7, like, just double their points, 46-7, I'd put them here. But Penn State, I think both their games have been blowouts, right? I mean, a 16-point win, it's not nothing like, it's not like, they barely won. I mean, really, they did, but, so I just got to put Penn State here instead. LSU messed up with that low-scoring game versus LA Tech. LSU, they're good. They're good. I'm not going to say they're not. Their defense is outstanding. Their offense, I can't really tell. I don't know. It's like maybe average, decent, something like that. But I still think they're good, clearly, because I have them at number 7. I mean, if I didn't think they were good, they'd be at like 27, not even ranked. I think Notre Dame might pick up another loss, but I don't know. With the strength of their schedule this year, I think it looks like a pretty good bit harder. I don't know how many ranked teams. I forgot. I did count one time, but I forgot how many. It might be like close to 4 or 5, maybe 3. 3 being lowest. Maybe 6, actually. But with their strength of schedule, if they go 10-2, I still think they're going to be in the top 12 at least. So, yeah, number 8. Now, look, I'm not saying Georgia's bad, but I have them at number 9. And to be honest, if they lose to Tennessee, they have a lot of other teams ahead of their schedule that could also beat them. This team could go 9-3 if they don't, get it right. 28-6 versus APSU is not going to cut it, especially at Georgia. I mean, you're not Notre Dame. You're not about to have a cupcake schedule. Like Notre Dame did. They lost to NIU, but it's not like they play anybody, so it's nothing to be too concerned about. Now, did I think Florida State was a little bit overrated because they beat Alabama? Yeah, but after looking at their stats versus both teams, they can pass the ball only 9 times and get around 200 yards. That's pretty crazy. The second game, they had over 200. First game, I can't remember. I think it was around 150-something, 160. I don't know. Somewhere around that. 150 to 200 yards with 9 completions. Their quarterback's pretty scary. But, I mean, if he's only like a, 9 pass, 10 pass, 15 pass a game type of guy, what are they going to do when they have to pass it 30 times a game? So, ranking them at number 10 would mean they pick up 2 losses, 10-2, Now, Utah doesn't look like a bad football team. They actually look really, really good. Just blew out UCLA, Nika Oyemaliava, shout out. But, they look pretty solid. 63-9 versus FCS team, 43-10 versus Nico Oyemaliava or UCLA. But yeah, they look pretty solid. I have them at number 11 for right now. I mean, if they pick up some losses, start looking bad, I'll redo these. But this is gonna be like I don't know. Actually, I'll do this, every chance I get, but. My upload schedule. I don't want to post too much because if I post daily, 2 days, 3 days after, I won't have any more video ideas. That's a problem. I know college football started. That's my content, so I'll have it for the next few weeks. But I don't know, man. It's just so much to post. And then if I post a video a day after posting one, the other video might not get any views. I'm not getting any views for some reason. Maybe somebody reported me, monetized me. I don't know, man. But I was getting over 100 views averaging, and now I'm getting like 20, 30, not even 20 views on some videos. I mean, it's crazy. So for number 12, I have South Florida. They actually look super good. I never thought I'd be saying this about South Florida, but they do, and I mean, they most likely have an easy schedule coming up. I haven't looked at it because I didn't think I needed to because it's South Florida. I thought they'd be like their usual 9-4 best, 8-5 regular season. I mean, but they look pretty. 2 top 20 at the time. 2 top 25 teams in a row. Florida, I don't think they're ranked anymore. Boise either. I don't know. Should Florida have been unranked from a 2-point loss? Yeah, it was at home. But if South Florida's ranked and they beat them by 2 points off of a last-second field goal, Florida was 13. I think you gotta if your rankings are so accurate, move South Florida to around 12-15, and Florida up to around 25. Don't unrank them. That's kind of excessive. You didn't unrank Alabama after losing to an unranked Florida State by 14 points, so why unrank Florida? Now, as you should know, if I have Texas at number 13, that would mean they go 9-3, which I think they go somewhere around there, maybe even 8-4 unranked. So, keep an eye out for Texas, not because they're good, or really because they might turn into a mid-program this year. I mean, which they kind of are already. They haven't won a championship in 20 years now on the dot. So, Yeah, I mean, they could go 8-4, but I have them at 9-3 right now. I'm not gonna, stoop too low on them. They lost by 7 to right now in the AP #1 team, and right now in my end of the season rankings #4 team. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, why is South Carolina 14 when everybody else has them ranked in the top 10 or at 10? Well, because, have they really looked that good? 38-10 to an FCS school. I feel like if you're really that good, that team to beat this year, I feel like you should be beating them like somewhere around at least in the 50s to 70s on your offensive side and not even double digits to their side. I feel like 38-10, you could do that to some Power 5 or Power 4 opponent like Wisconsin. That's something you can do on the regular if you're a top team, you know what I mean? So why would the top 10 team be beating an FCS team only 38-10 when you can do that to an FBS team? It just don't make sense. So for number 15, I got Clemson. Yeah, I'm not gonna say they're bad. They're good, but they're not great. You know what I mean? And they're not, like super good. They're only just, good, decent. I think they go 9-3 again, by the way. They have like the same roster, don't they? I don't know. I forgot. I know their roster. Everybody had them at 1, in top 5, top 3, top 2 in the freaking preseason rankings. But, Troy, I shouldn't have to go, hey Siri, what was the Troy versus Clemson game? And hear 27-16. I should hear 54-16. Because what do you mean 27-16? They were down. I was watching that game. I actually was going for Troy that game because I was like, no, it ain't no way. Because Troy would have won that game if they had depth. I really believe that. If Troy had as much depth as Clemson does, they really would have won that game by a pretty good margin. That's how I feel. Clemson's really not as good as people think still. A lot of people think they're around 15, 12 still, but I have them at 15. So for number 16, I have Texas Tech. They actually look super duper good. 62-7 or 67-7, 62-14. Said this in another video. I have them at number 16. Now, these are my end of the season rankings, by the way, guys. So those were week 2. Like, I even title it Week 2 Top 25 Rankings. These are my end of the season finished rankings. What I think, everything will be. So, I think they'll be around 16. But there's a twist to it. You know how, like, Arizona State, Clemson was at, like, 16, stuff like that? I think they get into the Big 12 championship at maybe around 10-2. Something like that, like Arizona State was. And they win that, get into the playoffs. They have like a 12 seed in the playoffs like Clemson. So, that's just my take on it. So, for number 17, I have Iowa State. Now, the reason I do not have this team at around number 12 is because they've had close games with a bunch of terrible opponents. Isn't Kansas State like 1-2 or 0-3, something like that? They're not good. They suck. They're trash, okay? End of the story. I don't care what y'all thought they were going to be at the end of the season. They suck. And they only beat them 24-21. It was at Kansas State, I know. But if it's that bad of a team, beat them by 10 plus. I know. Was the rivalry? I don't know if they're rivals or not. I think so, right? I don't know. Just Big 12 freaking face off, but that's it. Then they go on to beat Iowa 16-13. 16-13 versus Iowa. Yeah, I know Oregon went 13-0, number 1, coming out of the conference championships. Like my bad guys. Only beat Wisconsin 16-13, but they have had close games back to back to back. I don't know I forgot what the second score was. It was probably a blowout, but I don't know. I just can't. I can't find myself to rank them at around 12 because I feel like if they have close games, they're eventually gonna lose and then lose and then lose 9-3, something like that. So for number 18, I have Texas A&M. They look pretty solid. 44-22, 42-24. They look solid. About the same games. I didn't look at the stats now. And for some reason, after number 12, I've completely forgot about Illinois, but I don't know. Illinois, they're probably not better than, I don't know. I mean, we don't know until Illinois plays somebody. Okay, so I didn't forget about Illinois. Actually, I was going to put them in around 12, and then I went and looked at the stats. They didn't have a run game, or at least their starting running back, didn't have a great running game versus Duke. They may have won that game in hand, but if you can only run against FCS schools, but then you go against teams like Duke, and you can't get a run game going, why am I supposed to rank you at number 12? What are you supposed to do on the ground when you're facing a team like Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, huh? I just can't do it. So for number 20, I have Washington. They look pretty solid. They're not talking about them enough. Washington looks pretty solid. Have them at number 20. I haven't looked at their stats, but I will right after this. I just know that they have beaten teams in hand, so I'm going to rank them at number 20. And in preseason, they were in my rankings, and everybody's really. Now, I just looked at all their stats like I told you all I would, and it won't show me the stats for Colorado State. It just shows me the first 3 passes of the quarterback. He went 2 for 3 out of the ones that it showed me, so at least he went over 50% on them. 2 for 3, that's 66%. 67, actually. My bad. 67. My bad. I never do that. All right. And then the next game, or the game before that, 70-10 to an FCS, they looked incredibly good. Like, really good. I think the running back had 5 touchdowns. Yeah, they look pretty good. Watch out for Washington. So for number 21, I have Auburn. This is pretty valid. Now, if Auburn beat Baylor in a fashion that was like, oh my God, they dominated, I'd have them at around 15. But they didn't dominate. They didn't. I know they beat them 38-24, a 14-point lead, but 14-point win, but they gave up on nearly 500 yards. I just can't find myself to rank them at 15. 21 is perfect right now. So, at number 22, I got Indiana. They don't play anybody ever. I mean, that's the usual, but I think they're still going to be number 22. I'm not saying they're going to be exceptionally good. I'm just saying they're going to be mid. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, for number 23, I got Mississippi State. They just beat Arizona State, who was number 12. Why wouldn't I rank Mississippi State? You know, if they beat a ranked team like USF did the first week too, I'd probably have them around number 15. So, like USF is number 12. I might even have them at like 12, 13 too. Right now, I'm still a little hesitant on them. They went 2-10 last season. Florida State did too. But 23, I mean, that's reasonable for Mississippi State, and that's actually a really good season for Mississippi State. So for number 24, I got Georgia Tech. They look pretty solid. Number 24, their schedule couldn't be that hard, right? They're in the ACC. It can't be more than 3 ranked teams, right? Maybe 4, maybe. But, you know, they always like to give the smaller teams, like this Georgia Tech team, the hardest schedules, and they can't really build off of anything. And then they want to give Indiana and stuff, I mean, who's already, you know, a known team. You know what I mean? Like, they've been ranked before. These cupcake schedules, like, there should be limits on schedules. Like, if you're a Power 5 team, if you're a team that just made the playoffs, you should have to at least include 3 to 4 ranked teams inside of the top 15 on your schedule, maybe even top 20. And if you're a small school like Georgia Tech, I know they choose it, but you shouldn't be allowed to play more than 3 ranked teams. Well, yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. But I'm saying, how do I word that? Okay. Fine. Teams like Indiana, they should have to. They should have to play 3+ ranked teams inside of the top 25. At least, right? Georgia Tech, they get to choose their schedule. Everybody else gets to choose their schedule, while top teams and teams that just had a great season have to at least play 3 ranked teams. All right, so for number 25, reasonable team to put here, Ole Miss. Had a close game with Kentucky. Why do I have them at 25? Because of that. I think they're solid. They're not terrible, but they're all right. You know what I mean? I think they're worthy of being number 25. No better, no worse. Maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse, depending on how their season goes. But, I mean, they're undefeated. What do you want me to say? They suck. They're trash. I mean, they're undefeated so far. And they're undefeated in conference play. Don't forget that. Alright, this is going to conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Because, if I get 100 views, why? I don't want to see, 1 like with 100 views. Because it doesn't get my, if y'all really like the video, like my channel, and just like me in general, I mean, why not give it a like, bro? It's free. All you got to do is tap it. You tap it, you get more videos like this if you like it. So tap it. And plus, even if you do like it, it's not going to change your whole algorithm on YouTube. It's one singular video, bro. Come on. I don't even got 100 videos. You could like every one of them. You would still get at least most of your algorithm and some of my algorithm. Barely any, 10% of it. Because I'm not a big YouTuber. Not even 10. Probably more like 1% of the algorithm. So, just please hit the like button. Maybe even leave a comment like W fire emoji. I don't know. It's so simple. I don't get it. Why do people enjoy my videos but not even engage with them? Try to help me out. Sub? What?